Good morning, everyone. This is Mrs. Spinagle, and I just wanted to show you some ways that you can use your iPad like a document camera so the kids can see what you have on your table, or they can see your hands or see what you're writing that's not on the Microsoft whiteboard, or if you want to show them a book, you can read it to them and show them the pictures. There are two excuse me. There are two different ways you can do it. And I will explain what's good and not so good about each one. First of all, let me show you. This is where I have my iPad right now. It's on a mount. And for this first thing I'm going to show you, I have to have my iPad connected to the computer with a cord. So if you want to show the kids your table or what you're working on, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to join the Microsoft Teams meeting, and I'm joining through Schoology. I had a link under materials, and it's going to bring up the screen. Hello, hello. Make sure your camera and your mic are on, and then I'm going to join now. Okay, and then you see me on the screen. So I'm in a meeting, but what you should have done before you got in the meeting, if you want to show your iPad connected to the computer, is you go to Launchpad, and then I'm going to type in QuickTime Player. I should have done that first, but okay, so before you log in the meeting, I would go ahead and bring up QuickTime. Okay, so it brings up QuickTime. This little box comes up. You want to go to File, New Movie Recording. You do not have to record a thing, but it will bring up QuickTime Player. You go to this little arrow beside the record button, tap it or click it, go down, and you will see your FaceTime camera, your laptop camera, and you will also see, hopefully, your iPad. You want to choose the iPad camera, and what you will see is it will bring up the screen of your iPad if it is connected to your laptop. So if I hit the home button there and take you to my home screen of my iPad, you will see my iPad screen come up on QuickTime. And then you're going to want to show, if you're doing this, you want to show what you're working on to the kids. So I am going to select the camera, and then you see your table or your surface. Let me try to adjust this. This is like, this iPad mount is hanging its head here. I think it was meant more for something that was not going to be moved around a lot or taken off and taken on, and I take it off, taken on a lot. So there you see, you can now see on my screen the paper that's on my table, and if I wanted to read the kids a book and show them the pictures, I'm holding my camera in one hand and bringing this up in the other, you can do that as well. See how I can now see that on my laptop from QuickTime. So let's go back to the Teams meeting for a moment. Okay, so if I'm in the Teams meeting and you want to bring that up for the kids to see, like the kids are all logged in if they were under participants, what I would do, or what you do, not what I would do, what you do need to do, you go to Share Content, and that's the little square with the arrow, and then I'd hate doing desktop. I hate showing my entire computer screen because I always have a bunch of windows and tabs brought up. I like to do a window or choose a window to share with them so the kids just see one thing from my crazy computer. And you want to choose movie recording. And I just click it. And then you can't see it on, well, you can see it on the screen. Okay, it's going to bring up a red box or a red outline around QuickTime. So that's how you know that it's being shared. And then you don't have to enlarge the screen or anything. The kids will just see this. They will just see your table, and then if you want to read them this book over here or show them how to proofread or how to color something, you can do that. And la la la, there's my hand. Okay, so it's not frozen right now. I want to say this. When I am recording a video for my students that they're going to watch later, this is how I do it. If I'm going to go back and forth to share my screen or share my table, I have it hooked up through QuickTime and do it that way. When you want to, let me go over here. When you want to stop sharing, you go over to your square with a little box, you hit stop sharing. Okay, so let me say this so you can see me through a picture-in-picture here. Yeah, when I'm going to record a lesson, and I record through Teams because I use Teams anyway, it's already up, so I just do my recordings through there and then download it. I have it hooked up like this and go through QuickTime. However, something that I have noticed when I am meeting with students in real time, and they're all, I don't know if it's just my laptop or if it's just having all the kids in the queue and online watching at the same time, I notice that I get a lag with my video coming from my iPad when it's hooked up this way. I don't know why. I don't know if that's just me, but it just seems like it's lagging or it freezes. And also if I have to readmit kids to the meeting and I'm going back and forth, I've noticed that it can just kind of slow down my picture coming from my iPad. So that has, and that's annoying to the kids because they're like, or they get antsy because they're waiting on the picture to speed up, and and then I get it too. It's, we want to keep moving. So yeah, so that's just something that I have noticed, but it does work out really well when you are just recording by yourself to have it hooked up this way. So that's one way that you can do this. Now I am going to show you another way that you can share your screen. First of all, this is going to involve me going over here to QuickTime very quickly, and I am just going to cut the video. Okay, so there's another way you can do it. And this is actually a little trick that I've been doing also because it speeds up a couple other things. I'm going to take my camera for a second, and I am going to let you have a lovely view of these markers and colored pencils. Maybe you'll just get the markers because I've got to take my iPad off the mount to show you this. All right. It wasn't too bad. Sometimes I pinch my fingers when I do that. Okay. So let me show you this on my iPad for a minute, and I need to take it off of there so that I can do this. All right, I'm going to take out my cord for this so I can show you that you don't have to have it connected. So for this, you do not have to have your iPad connected to your computer. All right. You can also show your iPad screen like a document camera by logging into the Teams meeting on your iPad. So I'm going to go over here to my iPad, and I am logged into a meeting right now. If I go to Teams, it's going to say that I have a meeting in progress. And I am going to, oops, it's really hard for me to hold my phone and do this, tap join. And then you're going to see this. It says, how would you like to join on this device? Let me stand up here so you don't get that much of a glare. You want to choose the top one. You don't want to transfer. You want to add this device. And it says join without audio in this device and keep your other devices in the meeting. This is the one you want. You tap that. This comes up. Make sure your video's off, camera's off, everything's off. Okay, because all you're doing is just joining with this device. And this is what you'll see. This is the only thing you'll see on the screen. But what I like, and you can't see this right now because there's nobody else in this meeting, is I like to admit kids to the meeting through the iPad. For some reason, it goes a lot faster. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just me, but I can get the kids into the meeting faster on the iPad than I can by clicking them in on the iPad, on the laptop. Even if I hit admit all, it's much faster on the iPad. There just seems like there's less of a delay. So I like having my iPad open to the meeting regardless. Okay, but this is how you can use it as a document camera. All right, so I'm gonna go back over here. All right, so this is my screen, and if you had a class logged in, you would see all their little faces, and there would be more going on here. Actually, what I'd end up doing on my iPad when I am logged in to the meeting, I just keep it open to the participants so I can see all the kids, because that's the easiest screen to admit kids to the meeting. But if I want to share my iPad like a document camera, you want this button right here. First of all, like I said, you make sure, like we tell the kids, when we want their camera on, but microphone, sound needs to be off. Otherwise, you're going to hear this awful echo sound, and you'll know. So this is the button I want right here. And the share button. I'm going to have to tap for a moment. And it's going to say share PowerPoint, share photo, share video, share screen. You want share video, not share screen. Okay, you want share video, so I'm going to, it's hard for me to look at my phone at the video and look at this too. I'm going to choose share video. And you don't see anything right now because I'm holding my iPad. My iPad's laying on the table, but what you want to do before you get started, you can't just say share video and then be done with it. You have to click, or tap rather, start presenting. And then you will be sharing your iPad screen with them through the meeting. I have noticed when I do it this way, there is less of a delay. I don't have as many lag issues. And it's a little bit easier also because you're still in the Teams app. You're not in your camera, your iPad camera when you're doing this. For if a kid gets kicked out of a meeting and you want to admit them back in, it's easier to do it either on the iPad or on the laptop this way. So I'm going to hold my iPad up because, man, sticking it back on that mount is hard. So this is what the kids will see. Okay, now there's one more thing I need to mention here that you need to make sure so the kids can see you. And actually, I'm going to have to show you that lovely view of my camera, not my camera, my markers again to do this. So sorry. Hey, this is early in the morning. I'm doing pretty good here. I'm like not tripping over my words yet or anything. Actually, you're going to see my table for a minute because I want to put this on the mount so I can show you this. Okay, because we want the kids to see us. We don't want them to see each other. They don't need to see each other. That's what I like to tell them. You don't need to see each other. You need to see me. Okay, so there's the book I want them to see. But it's important to make sure that you spotlight yourself. I know I've been, I thought at first the kids needed to pin the teacher, which they can, okay? They can still do that. They pin the teacher's video, they're going to see you and just you and anything you share with them. But let me go to participants on here for a moment. Come on, wake up. Wakey, wakey. All right, but under participants, you'll see your name, what you want to make sure that you do, now that you know, so that you can be assured that they're not looking at each other, they definitely see your screen. Once you have all the kids admitted to the meeting or have the bulk of them admitted to the meeting, people get kicked out, it happens. You're going to tap this, you tap or click where your name is, and you want to spotlight yourself. Okay, this is like a forced pin. That means everybody will see you. They cannot unsee you. They will see everything you share. Okay, and you can see that white box around me. So that way you can be reassured that they will be watching you and only you. Okay, so this is what I think personally is best when you are doing a meeting with kids, is to share this, or to share your table or share your screen from your iPad just doing it through Teams and not doing it through QuickTime. I would not do it this way if you are pre-recording a lesson. And the reason why is because one time I did that, and I wish I could bring it up to share with you. I have so many videos and things brought up, it's like bananas. But when I did that, I was logged into my iPad. I am actually going to, hold on here. Let me finish my sentence. I was logged into my iPad and I was logged into Teams, and it like split my screen between my little icon for Teams, and then my screen, and it didn't look really good. It still worked, but I would have preferred that it not have done that. So if you want to stop sharing your iPad like a document camera, and you're doing it like this, you need to click where it says, or tap where it says stop presenting. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to do it through the mount, because that's what I do during class. I do it through the mount, and then it will bring it back just to you, and the kids will just see you again. So if you are going to do it this way, you're going to pre-record, so you don't get that split screen effect, so you just see an icon on one side and see your talking face on the other. I would either you have to wait and join the meeting like at the very last minute before you start sharing or something, or maybe I didn't know what I was doing at that point. But anyway, that's just what I think of what you would encounter. So that is how you can use your iPad as a document camera the two ways, and what I would use both ways for. If you have any other questions, just let me know. And have a nice day. I almost told you to make good choices, because that's what I tell the kids every time, but I'll share my wall with you to end this video, because it's all true, and I have it up there as a reminder for all this crazy stuff that's going on right now. Okay, so I hope this helps you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.